Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. XRP is grinding higher slowly. Already talked about it, I think, in yesterday's video that we had probably started here at least the D wave to the upside. Today that trend continued, but bear in mind we're here on a very small time frame in an overall sideways range. So overall there isn't really anything too there's not anything too exciting here at the moment, but we could be approaching obviously the upper boundary line soon of this triangle pattern. So it might be that within this D wave, which I will explain in a minute, we are now forming the A wave, and there could be a pullback before we go higher. That pullback might be an opportunity for anybody who is brave enough to trade this chart in the short term. If we zoom out a little bit before I go into the detailed wave count further, there are two scenarios that I'm tracking, both focusing on higher. However, that requires some proving. Overall, this is just a sideways range, and whenever we're dealing with those ranges, I often say that this is just noise, okay? So literally, it can go up and down, up and down, up and down. You have range boundaries that we need to talk about now, which constrain the price in the range, and when we get a breakout up or down, it will lead to invalidation of some kind. And it's important just to know about these boundaries, and they are typically the levels where, for example, stop losses could be set. But the problem that we have on the XRP chart is obviously this long-term triangle that already started like years ago, and then in the very short term we also seem to be in some kind of a triangle. It's just a sideways range, and we're dealing with back-to-back corrective price action up and down. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, this, as I said, is a corrective pattern as it seems. We have 3 waves up, we have 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 3 waves down. That doesn't really give us a very clear sense of direction. And I have added in recent weeks this support range to the chart. It's between 45.9 and 54.5 cents, still relevant. Still relevant, absolutely. And from here we could start a third wave to the upside if this is the yellow count, which is allowing for a direct breakout. We know that in this scenario we need to see a break above the upper range boundary. Now, okay, we have a trend line here, but really for an invalidation of the triangle as it is, we would need to see a break above 66 cents. So that's the upside breakout point that really matters. Yes, the trend line will help, but is not so meaningful. And that would indicate that there is no triangle, we're breaking out directly. This is a possibility. It just has to do with the overall pattern. It could be that the B wave bottomed here, and that's the yellow count. Wave B bottomed after an A wave topped in July. And then this would be wave 1 to the upside, which topped around the 8th of August. Then here a wave 2 to the downside, and we could rally from there. Let's say it is a valid scenario. It is also not an unlikely scenario, otherwise I wouldn't show it to you. But it's, as long as we're only dealing with corrective sideways action, it's not preferred. So I will, however, change my view with a break above 66 cents. Then we're watching for 86 cents or higher next, And until then, I'm watching for just this ongoing sideways action and a triangle pattern. Just means that this B wave, which in the yellow count already bottomed around the 5th of August, this B wave is unfolding as a triangle, which is labeled A, B, C, D, E. And we're now in the D wave, which is just sort of not the last wave, but we're getting to the end of the triangle. The D wave itself, like all waves in an Elliott wave triangle, is a corrective structure. And we have the initial wave up, which would be an A wave. Then this pullback could be coming next, and then we might get a small impulse, maybe even in wave C to the upside. Important is that this D wave stays below the B wave high at 64.3 cents, but more important is the 66 cent level. And then one more higher low, and then we could move up to the opposite side of the last. So the last wave of the triangle is an E wave, and we would normally expect a breakout to the opposite side of the E wave. That's the update at the moment about XRP. So that means in the very short term, we might go a little higher. Once we have a local top in place, I will indicate the next support region. That could be for the internal B wave here. Nothing too exciting there at the moment, but we can still track it. And Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.